Are you trying to believe in something better, but your current reality just keeps side-eyeing you like, really? Really? You want to think it's possible. You're doing your best to stay hopeful, stay open, stay in the vibe, but then you check your bank account, your schedule, your relationships, or your energy levels, and it all looks like proof that nothing's really shifting. That's when your five senses, your sight, hearing, touch, taste, smell, start whispering, come on, be realistic. But what if being realistic is exactly what's keeping you stuck? What if the problem isn't your dream, but the fact that your senses are lying to you about what's actually possible? Let's talk about it. Your five senses are reporters, not visionaries. They give you real-time updates of what's already happened, not what's coming. So when you only rely on what you can see or hear or touch, you're getting a delayed broadcast, a highlight reel of your past thoughts, past emotions, and past decisions. By the time your senses are picking up on something, it's old news. That balance in your bank account, that result in your business, that conversation that didn't sit right. Those aren't the full truth of what's possible. They're just echoes of what you used to believe, what you used to expect, what you used to be. But if you trust those echoes too much, you end up in a loop. You look at your current bank balance and feel that familiar wave of anxiety. You think about that underwhelming result in your business, another sign that maybe it's just not working. You replay that weird conversation with your sister, still trying to figure out what that tone really meant. And just like that, you're back to playing it safe again. So you take the action that feels responsible, and you end up getting the same result you've gotten before. Or you hear someone casually say, "That's not very realistic." That would be my mom. And suddenly you're second guessing yourself. So you pull back. You shrink your vision just enough to feel reasonable and quietly let the idea fade out. And the whole time, you think you're just being smart or cautious. But really, you're just trying to not get hurt again. Your body remembers what it felt like to fall short. Your heart remembers what it felt like to be disappointed. And your mind, it clings to what it knows because your brain is wired to treat the familiar as safe, even if saying safe is the very thing keeping you from the life you keep saying you want. So it tells you to play it safe, even if that means staying stuck. And your senses, they're just doing their job, reporting what's right in front of you, what you can see, hear, touch, measure, but they can't show you what's possible, only what's familiar. They're not trying to hold you back. They're just not built to lead you forward. It's like watching reruns of your favorite TV shows and expecting a new ending. So if your senses are showing you the past, how do you start tuning into your future? Here's the truth. Your mind creates first. Reality follows. This isn't some cute phrase. It's how your brain actually works. Your beliefs shape your behavior. Your behavior shapes your results. And then your results reinforce your beliefs. And round it goes. You know that story. Your mind is the blueprint. Your senses just confirm what's already been built. So if you want to start seeing different evidence, you've got to build a different blueprint. You've got to create something before there's anything physical to prove it. And yeah, that part can feel frustrating, especially when you're surrounded by people who only believe what they can see. But what you're building isn't for them. It's for the version of you that already knows it's possible. So that means starting from the inside, not the outside. It means asking, who am I being? What am I feeling? What am I expecting? Am I showing up like someone who believes things are working out for me? Or someone bracing for more disappointment? Am I walking through the day with calm confidence or low-key panic and self-doubt? Am I expecting opportunities to find me or problems to prove I'm still stuck? Because real change does not start with the results. It just doesn't. It starts with the version of you who believes they're possible. It's like walking out to a bare field and deciding it's already a garden, not because you're delusional, but because you know what you planted. And you trust that what's showing isn't all that's growing. But how do you stay committed to something you can't see yet? Especially when everything around you is screaming, "This isn't working." Well, it starts with understanding how easy it is to get stuck in centrally-based thinking. I don't feel confident, so maybe I'm not ready. I haven't gotten a sign, so maybe it's not meant to be. Nothing's happening, so maybe I should let it go. That's your brain trying to use your 5 senses to make big life decisions. Sounds simple, right? But this is where most people trip up. Your 5 senses are only designed to measure the physical. They cannot pick up on momentum. They can't register emotional alignment, and they certainly cannot detect what's about to shift in your life. So when you rely on them to tell you whether something's working, you're giving all the power to evidence that hasn't even caught up yet. And trusting only what's visible, that'll talk you out of 90% of your breakthroughs. So how do you start choosing belief over evidence without feeling like you're just making stuff up? Well, you start by letting your inner vision lead. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? And what would that version of me believe? Would they be sitting around waiting for a sign? Would they be talking themselves out of what they want based on what they see right now? Or would they already be showing up as if the thing was unfolding because they trust themselves more than their senses? Don't wait for the world to confirm it. You decide. You confirm it. This is who I am. This is what I choose to believe. This is what I choose to see, even if it hasn't arrived yet. That's not toxic positivity. That's emotional leadership. That's creating from the inside out. Real alignment doesn't happen when the results show up. It happens when your identity shifts before your results do. And this is not woo, it's neuroscience. Your brain is always wiring itself to match your thoughts, not the other way around. Because think about it. Every major leap you've ever made started with belief. The results showed up later. They always do. So Your job is not to chase the evidence. It's to become someone who already believes it's on the way. And if that feels hard to do in the moment, here's one powerful shift to help you do it anyway. Next time your five senses are getting loud, do this. Close your eyes. Yes, seriously, close your eyes. Close them. Block out all the noise and ask yourself, if I couldn't see or hear a single thing right now, what would I choose to believe anyway? What would feel clear, true, and aligned, even without the proof? That belief, that's your blueprint. That's the version of you that builds new realities before anyone can see them. That's the version of you that isn't waiting for permission or proof or perfect timing. That's the version of you who knows that what you sense right now is not just a snapshot. It's not an inner knowing, not a life sentence, just a moment. You're not ignoring reality. You're just refusing to let it define your future. The evidence will catch up, but only if you stop letting it lead your story. And when it does catch up, you'll realize it wasn't magic. It was you showing up differently, thinking differently, choosing differently. That's what creates momentum, and that's what your senses eventually start to reflect back to you. Your senses aren't wrong. They're just incomplete. And they were never meant to decide what's possible. You were. See it in the next one.